The only local news teams taking action for you. KIMA KEPR Action News starts now.
Coming up this morning on Action News, we continue our coverage of election results in that only race that remains undecided in Yakima County, a District 14 representative. We'll also share the third-party options for folks looking to cast a ballot outside the traditional two parties. Plus, a new era of energy storage is on the horizon as scientists at Pacific Northwest National Laboratories unveil their newest facility focusing on better batteries. We'll bring you to the ribbon cutting. And a new mural has popped up in the Sunnyside, inspired by one of the country's first paved roads connecting the coasts. We'll catch up with the man who commissioned it. That story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Wednesday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And Jefferson, that breeze was kind of lingering around yesterday.
Sure
I'm
was.
hoping that we'll see another round of some of the breezy conditions, but
Well,
what?
let's just jump to the weather cam right now so people can get an idea of what we're laughing at. It seems like the Yakima weather cam has decided to check out on this hump day. I think a lot of us are pretty tired today, and our technology is showing signs of that wear and tear as well. At least we can say that it is 56 degrees this morning in Yakima. You mentioned that breeze hanging around yesterday, Dave. It wasn't too breezy in Yakima, but we certainly did see those breezes in the Tri-Cities. Looking at your weather headlines today, it is going to be a calmer day of weather across the forecast area. We're going to be looking at relatively light wind, and we're also going to be seeing some of that sunshine mixed with a little bit of haze and smoke. But like yesterday, that haze and smoke shouldn't be too bad for today. There is going to be a slight chance of thunderstorms that move into the area as soon as tomorrow. The threat is not looking too great. The biggest threat will be staying to our south, but we are going to have a chance of showers and thunderstorms, potentially even for the Tri-Cities and Yakima, and then a slight chance of showers is going to exist for the coming weekend as well. I'll continue to break down your forecast coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning with election coverage. Another round of results are in for Yakima County. So let's take a look at the numbers for the only race that remains undecided. In the race for District 14 Representative Position 1, Chelsea Demas maintains her lead with almost 37% of the votes cast in her favor. Gloria Mendoza is still in second place, getting more than 32% of the votes, and Andy Callanan is in third place with a little over 30% of the votes. If projections hold, Demas will win the district primary, and face Mendoza in the general election. As for the November election, folks across Washington looking to vote outside of the major two-party system for president will have a range of options this go-around. 9 presidential nominations by minor parties and independent candidates have qualified to appear on Washington's general election ballot. That's according to a news release by the Washington Secretary of State's office. Notable options for third-party candidates for president include We the People Party nominee Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Green Party nominee Jill Stein, and Cascade Party nominee Kirst Novoselic, the former bassist of Nirvana. Now, registered voters across the Evergreen State will have their ballot mailed to them by October 18th. Switching gears, President Biden announcing a series of grants this week, including some right here in Washington State aimed at his Moonshot initiative to reduce cancer deaths. He's announcing $150 million in research grants for scientists to find ways for surgeons to better remove tumors from patients. The grants are going to 8 teams across the country, including more than $21 million to a team at the University of Washington. The teams are collaborating on a program aimed at making tumor removals more effective. And a dedication was held yesterday at Pacific Northwest National Laboratories for the site's newest facility called a grid storage launch pad. PNNL leaders tell us it will usher in a new era in energy storage. KEPR's Jedediah Hoyt brings us there.
Tuesday morning at the PNNL campus in Richland, a celebration for a new 93,000 square foot facility being built to test future energy technologies, including the batteries that would store that energy.
This building is designed to bring all of our scientists together in one building where they can develop the new materials for new batteries, build small test cells, and then scale up to larger manufacturing technologies, as well as testing of cells, modules, and in large systems in one spot.
Whether developing or testing these next generation technologies, researchers are able to do it all in real-world conditions.
That's the important thing, is that we're able to simulate how the grid might react and how people want to use the batteries.
At At the ribbon-cutting ceremony Tuesday morning, the crowd heard from legislators, the DOE, and many other supporters who have been crucial to making the building a reality.
And we know one thing about our state, it's continuing to grow. So grid storage allows more wind and solar to be integrated into the grid. And the Northwest reliability to provide that clean source of energy will be, as it has been in the past, one of the big drivers of the Washington economy.
We're told the new building will house 30 different labs and about 100 researchers.
It adds a capability to this national lab, one of 17 in the U.S., that doesn't exist anywhere else. So that's really unique to be able to put all of these capabilities and the analytical equipment and these testing facilities in one spot.
Reporting from the Pacific Northwest National Laboratories in Richland, Jedediah Hoyt, KEPR Action News.
KEPR's Jedediah Hoyt, thank you. And in addition to federal funding, the GSL was made possible by funding from Battelle as well as the Washington State Department of Commerce for advanced research instrumentation and facilities. Now, the Greater Yakima Chamber of Commerce has announced that Nancy Leahy will receive the 2024 Ted Robertson Community Service Award. Leahy, a Purdue graduate in speech and hearing pathology, has led in education, media, and nonprofits. She has served as executive director of Make-A-Wish Foundation International and director of development for the Grand Columbia Council Boy Scouts of America. A 25-year Rotary member, Leahy is also active in various community boards in Yakima. The award is the Valley's highest recognition for civil accomplishment and involvement. The ceremony will take place on November 7th at the Yakima Convention Center. And finally, there's a new piece of art in Sunnyside. A Yellowstone Trail-inspired mural has been added to the side of the residential design and printing building in downtown. The Yellowstone Trail was one of the country's first paved roads that connected the country from Maine to Washington. Now, artist Miguel Cuevas was commissioned by Ignacio Ramos to make the mural. We spoke with Ramos about the reasoning behind it.
I just thought this was an excellent use of space to show our communities that Sunnyside was a participating city in the Yellowstone Trail.
Now, you can check out the mural at 426 South 6th Street in downtown Sunnyside. And with that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan. Jefferson, I'm hoping it's going to be pretty sunny in Sunnyside today. I think it's going to be sunny everywhere, really.
It really should be. There is still going to be that light haze overhead, but if you spent time outside yesterday, you certainly noticed that that haze wasn't too terrible yesterday, and we should follow suit today. We're not anticipating loads of haze and smoke in the sky. It is still going to look a little bit distorted just because of the time of year. There still are a number of fires burning, but it should be a pretty nice day in general. Check out these temperatures today. Mid to upper 80s around eastern Washington and northeast Oregon. These highs on par with what we did see yesterday. I'll break down your forecast and tell you how long we'll stick in the 80s, and I'll also discuss a slight chance of thunderstorms. That's coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. The time now is 5:08. Coming up on KEPR KIMA this morning, some regional news. A new facility in Portland has neighbors pushing back with concerns related to open drug use and the building's proximity to a local preschool. We'll hear from parents about the county in about 2 minutes, but later in the show, national news. According to a New York Times report, Hunter Biden had asked the U.S. State Department for help with a foreign business deal while his dad was vice president. The State Department wanting to tread carefully on that matter at the time. The report comes as the White House Oversight Committee has been investigating the younger Biden's foreign business deals. We do have to take a quick break, but stay with us. The newscast is just getting started this hour, and there's more news and weather on the way.